Hello everyone. Today we'll be starting with receivables management. Now what is receivables management? When we talk about receivables management, what comes to our mind is customers. Now if there are customers, only then we sell the goods. When we sell the goods, we give them some period of time so that they can pay us after that period. In some industries, the time duration is say 35 days. Some it is 45 days, somewhere it is 60 days, right? So let's talk about receivables management. Now what comes to our mind is when we take the risk of giving someone time period of 2 months, what is actually happening? Are we taking risk? Or we are only focusing on increasing our sales. Now please understand the difference. There is one seller who is selling only for cash, right? All the goods only for cash. Now his customers will be limited. Whereas another fellow who is selling the goods for cash sales as well as credit sales. Now if he is giving credit, that means udhar, right? When he is selling for udhar, the number of customers will increase. Actually has an impact on your sales. But again, not only sales, but it will have an impact on the cost also, on the net profit also, right? So that's how we are going to discuss through a sum, how it impacts, right? Right now we are talking about a company which has a current credit policy of 90 days. Now, if they want to take a decision, whether they should reduce it to 75 days, 60 days, 45 days, 30 days or 15 days. How it impact their sales and subsequently net profit. Let's see. Now there's a company which presently is having the current credit policy of 90 days. Now they are coming up with 5 different plans. The first plan says 75 days. Second plan says 60 days. Third plan says 45 days. Fourth plan says 30 days. And the fifth plan says 15 days. There are different plans. Let's see what happens. Now it is simply understood. The person who gives more number of days will actually have more customers. Why? आप I'll explain you in हिंदी also. आप ऐसा बंदा सोचो, कोई ऐसा शॉपकीपर जो आपको 60 डेज का क्रेडिट दे रहा है और कोई बोल रहा है नहीं मुझे तो कैश में पे करो ना. देयर विल बी कस्टमर्स, राइट? ऐसे कस्टमर्स होंगे जिनके पास कैश नहीं है अभी. वो चाहते हैं कि उनको उधार में सामान दिया जाए एंड वंस दे रिसीव द मनी देन दे विल रीपे. नाउ अ पर्सन हु इज गिविंग क्रेडिट आल्सो, उसके पास नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर्स ज्यादा होंगे जो सिर्फ प्योरली कैश में ही सेल कर रहे विल हैव लेस. सो दैट हैज एन इम्पैक्ट. सेकेंड, वन पर्सन इज गिविंग ओनली 2 days क्रेडिट कि नहीं आपको 2 दिन में तो पैसे पे करने हैं. द अदर पर्सन इज गिविंग 30 days क्रेडिट. कहाँ पे ज्यादा कस्टमर्स जाएंगे? 30 days वाले, राइट? But that actually has a cost to the firm. So here, with the help of this sum, I'll try to make you understand why it impacts, right? Let's start. Now, this company has a current sales of 16 lakhs. Now, there are two costs which are associated with any company, right? One is the variable cost, which increases or decreases according to the level of production, and the second is fixed cost, which is nothing to do with your changes in level of production but which will remain constant, right? Here the variable cost is 80% of sales. They are saying it's 80% of sales. So let's calculate. Now here they have given us sales figures which will change according to number of days of credit. If it is 90 days currently, that is the present, it is 16 lakhs. If we decrease it to 75 days, it will be 15 lakhs. If we again further decrease it to 60 days, it will be 14 lakhs 50,000. If we decrease it to 45 days, it will be 14,25,000. 30 days, it will be 13,50,000. And 15 days, it will be 13 lakhs. Right? Now, variable cost, it is 80% of sales. So, when the sales is high, variable cost will be high. When the sales is reducing, your variable cost will also reduce. So, 80% of 16 lakhs is 12,80,000. 80% of 15 lakhs will be 12 lakhs. 80% of 14,50,000 will be 11,60,000. Here it will be 11,40,000. Here it will be 10,80,000. And here it will be 10,40,000. So we can calculate with the help of calculator. Now there is one more cost, which has nothing to do with your number of days nor your sales, but which will be constant. That is a fixed cost. Right now in COVID also you can see many organizations have closed down right now because of lockdown and all. There are many which have not got permission, some which have got permission, but their fixed cost and variable cost is very high. So they have shut down their plants. But understand, fixed cost will continue even when the operations are zero, right? In this case, the fixed cost is 1 lakh. For all, it will be 1 lakh. Now we need to calculate total cost. So our total cost comprises of variable cost and fixed cost. So it will be 13,80,000. Here it will be 13 lakhs. Here it will be 12,60,000. 12,40,000. 11,80,000. And here it's 11,40,000. I hope it is clear to you. Question has given, in the question it's given, sales is given for all the different plans from 1 to 5 and the present one. They have only given variable cost is 80% of sales, so we have calculated that. The question fixed cost is given, that is 1 lakh, so we have taken that. We have found out the total cost. Now let's find out profit. I hope you all know how we calculate profit. Sales minus total cost is a profit. Let's take sales as A and total cost as B. So profit C is A minus B, right? So 16 lakhs minus 13,80,000 is 2,20,000. 15 minus 30, it is 2 lakhs. 14,50,000 minus 12,60,000, it will be 1,90,000. 1,85,000. 1,70,000. And finally it will be 1,60,000. Fine, so we have calculated profit. But here the sum doesn't end. This only shows us profit. Now please understand. If I want my sales to be 16 lakhs, right, and profit to be this, I need to incur some cost. My total cost is 13,80,000. This is what I have to incur to have a sales of 16 lakhs, right? I have to incur 13 lakhs to get a sales of 15 lakhs. Are you getting my point? So now we need to find out debtors at cost. Now what is this debtors at cost? Debtors at cost is because you are giving them some time, right, to repay. Maybe 90 days, that is 3 months, 2.5 months, 2 months, right? Or whatever the time period. You actually incur some cost for yourself. Right? You need some money to manage the working capital for those period, for that period, right? For those days. So how do we calculate debtors at cost? We calculate debtors at cost with the help of this total cost. As I explained that if I have to have 16 lakhs as sales, I need to incur 13,80,000 as cost. Now this 30,80,000 I need to incur for how many? 90 days. And how many total days are there in a year? 360. So how much is my debtors as cost? So you can calculate it this way. Whatever your total cost is for that period into number of days. Divide by 360. So here I am getting 3,45,000. So this answer is 3,45,000. Here same way, 13 lakhs into 75 days divide by 360. So it will be 2,70,833. In third case it will be 12,60,000 into 60 divided by 360. So it will come 2,10,000. Same way here. 12,40,000 into 45 divided by 360. It will be 1,55,000. Here it will be 98,335 and 47,500. So if you can understand the interpretation, as the number of days decreases, what happens? Debtors cost decreases. Right? Now see, this is the cost which I have to incur if I want to give them 3 months credit period. If I want to give them 2 months credit period, again I have to incur a cost of 2,10,000. Now, if I don't have to incur this, if I say ki nahi, I want cash, I don't want debtors, or I want debtors only for 15 days. So my cost is reducing, right? I can save a lot of money. But if I want to take this risk, no doubt, the more period of credit you give, the more risk you take. But if after every risk, there is high returns, right? As we can see, the sales increases. So here, if I need this 3,45,000, I need to pay some interest to bank. Bank will not give me this amount free of cost. Or even if I ask someone for help, maybe 5 lakh rupees, right? I want to purchase a car for 5 or 6 lakh rupees. If I ask, will anybody give me free of cost? No. They'll charge some interest, maybe 8%, 10%, whatever. If I'm taking a loan from bank will also charge some, whatever the current interest rates are, they'll charge from me, right? So nothing is free of cost. So for the cost which I want to incur in order to give this many days credit, I need to manage this cost, right? I need to get this money from somewhere. In the question, cost of financing is given. Now cost of financing means I need to arrange this amount for 90 days, this amount for 75 days, this amount for 60 days, this amount for 45 days, this amount for 30 days and that amount for 15 days. But I need to arrange, right? So cost. Let's find out what is the cost of financing debtors. So cost of financing debtors. On this 3,45,000, I'll have to charge 15% interest, right? So 3,45,000 into 15 divided by 100. My cost will come 51,750. Similarly, 2,70,833 into 15 divided by 100, I'll get 40,625. Here it will be 31,500. Here it will be 23,250. Here it will be 14,750. And here it will be 7,125. So if you are asking only for 47,500 from bank, they'll charge less interest. When you are asking for a loan of 3,45,000, they'll charge high interest. Because cost of financing is basically dependent on the finance, right? I need this much money so that I can sell 16 lakh rupees worth goods. Then I need to pay this as interest. This will have an impact on my profit. My gross profit was 2,20,000, but now I have to deduct. Why I need to deduct? Because this is my cost. And cost will always be deducted from profit. Now I will get net profit. How will I calculate net profit? Directly. Let's take this as D. So C minus D. That is debtors at cost. With the help of this, I found out the cost of financing. Now, profit is my C and D is cost of financing. So 2,20,000 minus 51,750. My answer is 1,68,250. Here it is 1,59,375. Here it is 1,58,500. Here it is 1,61,750. Here it is 1,55,250. Here it is 1,52,875. Now which option, right? The present and the rest 5, which option gives you the highest profit, net profit? Right? 1,68,250. So this we will rank 1. Which is the second best? This one. Now which is the third one? This one is the third best. But please understand, to give a credit period of 75 days, I need to invest how much? 13 lakh rupees. And to manage this 13 lakh rupees, how much need to finance? I need to pay an interest of almost 40,625. Now if I am not able to manage this, right, where the cost is less, it is only 23,250, how will I manage this? So the best option is the present option of 90 days. If in future I need to change, I'll have to think about 45 days. This option is the best one. But now I will not go on this side. Why? Because the cost of financing is very high. Now if I need to take a decision, I'll either go on this side. So this becomes my third option and this becomes my fourth option. Because to manage this sales, I need to manage this cost also. And to manage this cost, I need to pay this cost of financing also. Right? I hope it's clear. This one is the best option. If I need to change, I'll think of 45 days and not going back, because the cost of financing will increase. I'll go on that side. I hope I've made receivables management easy. Thank you.